The late July heat bore down on the Redstone Plains, the 200-acre Texas ranch shimmering under a merciless sun, the lake a glassy expanse of silver, wildflowers wilting in the cracked earth. Their yellows and purples faded, ancient oaks groaning, their leaves curling. But at the ranch's entrance, John Parker, a rugged 54-year-old cowboy in a weathered Stetson, stood clutching a crimson letter, its bold text screaming final warning, as if he'd committed a crime. Across the dirt road stood Clara Hensley, Frank's sister and the self-appointed overseer of the county's land use board, her arms crossed, a smug grin on her face. "You've got 1 week, Parker, or we'll bulldoze your wildflowers, verdant or not." John's jaw tightening. "This is my land. Clara, you'll have to go through me." The air crackling with defiance, the lakes come a distant memory. The wildflowers trembling, their roots deep in the Texas soil. John had thought Redstone was his sanctuary when he took over the ranch years ago, a place of quiet trails, friendly neighbors, and a sprawling backyard for his horses, a haven for a cowboy who valued peace and nature. But Clara had other ideas, a clipboard-wielding tyrant in a sun hat. She'd appointed herself the law of the plains, enforcing county regulations with a zeal that bordered on obsession, her whistle always at the ready, her scowl a permanent fixture. At first John played along, keeping his fences neat, his trails clear, even waving as she patrolled the area, but her rules grew invasive, measuring tapes appearing, photos snapped from her truck. Friendly reminders about trail width, she targeted everyone, but Redstone drew her ire, perhaps because of the wildflowers John let grow near the Redstone Oak. A verdant site tied to an ancient network, the lake glowing gold in the twilight, the wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil. The first violation letter came a month ago. Vegetation must be maintained under 4 inches, John shrugging it off. He'd been busy with Quantum Horizons threats. Maybe he'd missed a trim. He cut back the grass near the road. But the letters kept coming. A second, a third. 1 week his tractor broke down, a 5-day delay, and Clara slapped him with a $50 fine. She'd been watching, her truck parked across the road. John confronting her once. "This is a working ranch, Clara, not a golf course," her eyes narrowing. "I suggest you hire my brother's landscaping crew." Frank's reasonable, John declining. "I'll handle my own land." Her smirk chilling. The final straw, the crimson letter, threatening to hire a contractor to restore Redstone's trails, billing John with a $150 penalty. The lake in the distance glowing silver, the wildflowers trembling, their roots deep in the Texas soil. John waved at Clara, her grin faltering, and retreated to his porch, plotting rebellion. Not with guns or shouts, but with nature itself. That night he researched Texas land use laws, discovering a state program encouraging native landscaping, the Texas Wildlife Habitat Certification, requiring native plants, water sources, and sustainable practices, legally protected in rural counties, a plan forming. John ordering $300 in seeds, mulch, and bird feeders. Over the next week he stopped trimming, instead planting clover, milkweed, and coneflowers along Redstone's trails, digging a small pond near the oak, building a log pile for critters, adding hummingbird-friendly plants. In 10 days the ranch transformed, a wild tapestry of color. Clara storming over on day 4. "This isn't regulation." John calm. "It's a certified habitat, pollinators need it," handing her a state brochure, her face paling, the wildflowers trembling in the breeze, the plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. Clara's next letter cited unauthorized land modification, threatening fines for visual nonconformity, John framing it in the barn, her patrols intensifying. One night Sarah catching her with a flashlight near the pond. She ran off like a spooked coyote. John kept planting, adding wind chimes, a compost bin, a hedgehog shelter, the ridge riders noticing. Frank gruff, "Looks like a jungle," Matt smiling. "Butterflies are nice," Tessa pointing. "Frogs." Ethan sketching, "It's alive," Clara escalating. Her latest notice demanding the removal of a nature in progress sign John posted. John responding with a copy of Texas environmental law, stapling it to her mailbox. Knowledge is power. The lake glowing gold in the twilight, the wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil. Clara called a county meeting, a stuffy room in the community center. Striding in with photos and bylaws, a slideshow titled, restoring plain standards. John arriving with a binder, freedom to bloom, packed with certifications, legal protections, and a map of declining pollinator populations. Clara's voice shrill. This threatens property values. Frank standing. My sanity's worth more than your rules. Michelle adding. We're a community, not your prison. A rancher in the back asking. So wildflowers are more dangerous than your harassment. The room shifting. John reading the bylaws. Natural landscaping with purpose is allowed. Presenting his certification, the meeting erupting in support, Clara storming out. The wildflowers trembling in the breeze, the plains stretching wide and unbroken. Their roots deep in the Texas soil. The rebellion spread, Matt planting an herb spiral, Tessa and Ethan building a fairy garden, Clara issuing warnings, but the community pushed back. A child leaving a pot of sunflowers at Redstone's gate. For the bees, Ellie, age 7. More ranchers asking John for native plant advice, a spark igniting, Clara cracking, filming Redstone's trails. Muttering into her phone, one morning John finding grass clippings dumped at his gate, no note, but Clara's truck nearby. John installing a motion-activated sprinkler, catching her mid-snoop. Her shriek echoing. The lake glowing silver under the moon, the wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil. Clara called a county inspector, the man arriving. This is incredible. Do you give tours? A plant enthusiast. He left with lemonade and no citations. John's victory growing. But Clara struck harder. One night Redstone's certification sign vanishing. Screws removed. John's cameras conveniently glitching. Clara claiming. It fell. I took it for safety. The county calling an emergency meeting. The room packed. Clara ranting. This is a hazard. John presenting evidence. A police report. A timeline. Lena Carter adding. Verdant sites like Redstone's are protected historically and legally. A neighbor, Old Man Carter, standing. I saw her take it, sun hat and all. The room erupting. A motion to remove Clara from the board passing overwhelmingly. Her exit a tirade. You'll regret this when the coyotes take over. The wildflowers trembling in the breeze, the plains stretching wide and unbroken, their roots deep in the Texas soil. Clara's final meltdown came 3 days later. An 8-page manifesto taped to every mailbox. The truth about land terrorism. Accusing Redstone of biohazards, mosquito outbreaks, and visual chaos. Calling the county board a green cult. The document going viral on the local Facebook group. Clara's gone full villain. Comments mocking her. Frank dropping off a card. Thanks for your service. With a nursery gift card. A high school journalism club interviewing John. Sometimes the best fight is a hummingbird feeder and patience. But Clara trespassed in daylight. Yanking at the sign. Kicking it. Smashing a flower pot. The sprinkler dousing her. Sarah filming. She's flailing like a wet hen. The video spreading. The county finding Clara. Issuing a restraining order. Her ranch going up for sale. Sold to a young couple who asked John to help design a native layout. The lake glowing gold in the twilight. The wildflowers enduring, their roots deep in the Texas soil. The county updated its guidelines, encouraging certified habitats. John speaking at a community event. Sharing seeds. The plains blooming. John on his porch. A hummingbird darting. Neighbors waving. Tessa shouting. Cool garden. The air smelling of lavender and triumph. A petty fight becoming a movement. The wildflowers trembling in the breeze. The plains stretching wide and unbroken. Their roots deep in the Texas soil.